Hello and welcome to this special Wednesday night live examination. And this is Carnival beers, or beers made for Carnival season, or if you want to say Mardi Gras beers, but actually Mardi Gras is only one day, Fat Tuesday, the Tuesday before Ash Wednesday. But anyway, this is called Carnival Cake. I'm in Louisiana with Louisiana Beer Reviews. This is Carnival Cake Ale. And it is from Mississippi. And it is an ale with, you can see on the side, an ale with cinnamon, cream cheese, citrus, and vanilla. On the back, it says it's 5% alcohol and 15 bitterness units. But if you look at the website, when I show you the website in a little bit, it's going to give different numbers. So I don't understand the discrepancy there. I wrote an email to Boulevard Brewing 2 days ago, asked them about a discrepancy, but they never got back to me, even though they said they would respond within 24 hours. This is from a company called Chandelier Island Brewery. So I'll crack it open. Kind of a strange product, right? Now, when was this? This has been on the market a few years. First, it was draft only at their tap room, and they started canning it. I saw it a couple of years ago. I'm trying to find a date. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. Okay, but it's fresh because it probably came out in December for the carnival season, January, February, March, ending on exactly midnight, March 4th, going into March 5th. Well, as soon as March 5th gets here, the carnival's over. So here it is, a copper-colored ale with a off-white or ivory-colored head. I'll show you the website. Here's Chandelier Island Brewing Company's website. They are in Gulfport, Mississippi, right there on the Gulf Coast. The Chandelier Islands are out in the Gulf of Mexico, or as some people now call it, the Gulf of America, but out in the Gulf, and it's part of the Louisiana territory, you know, the state of Louisiana's territory, but actually, those, if you look at a map, those islands are halfway below Mississippi. Like you would think they would belong to Mississippi, but they do belong to Louisiana. And those guys like to go fishing out around those islands, and that's why they named the brewery. The people that own this brewery named it after the islands. They like to go fishing around. And I think those islands are now designated a national wildlife refuge. But you have to take a boat to get there. There's no visitor center or anything. It's totally remote. One of the most remote places in the United States. Well, here's a lot of the beers. They're famous for their sours. Here's the rotating series. And that brings us to Carnival Cake. And they make this in collaboration with Le Bakery, delicious king cakes. Le Bakery is a Vietnamese-owned bakery in Biloxi, Mississippi. This beer originally started out as a collaboration that was only available in our tap room. It is loaded with cinnamon, cream cheese, vanilla, and citrus notes. Now our customers can enjoy this carnival beer from any location, especially at Mardi Gras parades, can or keg. You can get it 6-pack can. Well, actually, I bought it in a 4-pack, so I don't know what they're talking about, 6-pack. So some discrepancies here. They're saying 6-pack, but it's a 4-pack. And they're saying 5.8. The can clearly says 5.0. 30 IBUs. The can clearly says 15. So, yeah, you know, a lot of these craft beer companies, their information can be questionable. We have Quad and Logo Mania.
Oh, you brought us on at both of us on at the same time.
Yes. Welcome, folks.
Logo
that,
Mania.
You get put in. It's like, put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. You're in the dugout the whole time. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach.
Never. Woody Allen said I would never join a club that would have someone like me as a member.
I remember that.
Absolutely.
1 second, guys. I'm having network difficulties as normal. I need to change networks. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm fine. This is about the hardest beer you've ever given us to find, Ron.
I know.
You know what it's like to find a Carnival beer in North Carolina?
Pretty difficult.
Oh my God, it's amazing. And here, let me pour a little first. Here's my beer. Very hard to find. Louisiana Beer Review Mardi Gras Brew. And actually had a picture of two guys on there that look like you fellas, Dave and.
I was about ready to say, had to get a picture of me on there, and then Mr. T has scraped his face.
It's called ChatGPT.
Claude, you have a very serious mental problem. Okay.
You're not the first person to say that. Listen,
I like it, Claude. Send me the sleeve.
Look at that. Your own beer, Ron.
I know, and I didn't even know about it. It's so rare. I didn't even know about it.
And I got to tell you something. Just to do my 30-second review before you kick me off. It smells and seems to taste just like. Let me taste it first. It's very similar to my favorite beer, Miller High Life. Very similar.
Isn't Miller High Life a Pilsner? Isn't it a Pilsner? I've got a little story.
No, it is not. It's American Adjunct Lager.
Ron, you know I'm the comic I'm the comic relief here.
Well, you got to give Claude credit. He's deranged, but he's creative.
I actually went to ChatGPT. I took a pic. You want to hear the story behind the story real fast?
Yeah.
I took a picture of you guys from a previous video. I cropped it. I went into ChatGPT. You know, the robots are. Isaac Asimov was right. The robots are taking over the world. I went to ChatGPT. I uploaded the picture and I said, create a Louisiana Beer Review beer label. And this is what this is. I mean, take a look at the detail in this. This is based on a picture of both of you guys.
Oh, okay. The hat must be Jay because he's always wearing hats. But
there you go.
I'm just
the robots are taking over, Claude.
I'll tell you what, man. If you asked me how long it took me less than 8 minutes to do this with a printer.
Nice.
So anyway, I just wanted to do it to have fun with you guys and just show you what the possibilities are.
Now, all kidding aside, though, it's really hard to find a Carnival or Mardi Gras beer outside of Louisiana, right?
I went to
it's any cheap beer you get is a parade beer. Any cheap beer.
I know, but I'm talking about beers that were specifically created for Carnival, like the one you have.
Oh, the ones with a logo up the can. Like Claude did, let's make a fancy label. Because I ran across 2 of them today. They were regular Pilsners. And even said, this is our fine Pilsner that we put in this fancy label can from Mardi Gras. What is that? What is that? And you know what? One might have an argument what I'm drinking tonight, presenting tonight. The Mardi Gras Bock is not a Carnival beer either. So one might say what you're drinking is a pastry beer.
So,
So
Dave, let
it's hard to say.
Dave, let me ask you. If I went in, it's Mardi Gras. I'm on Bourbon Street, and I go into a bar. What's going to be on tap?
Anything. The cheapest beer they can get.
Not something like this, right?
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
Probably so. That
Most
DVR.
likely, yeah, most likely.
They'll sell Natural Light and call it Bud Light.
They won't call
The
it Mardi Gras.
beer.
Won't it officially become Mardi Gras beer, even if it's
Yeah,
lower?
Claude, I would be Claude. If I went to the French Quarter at Mardi Gras, I would be very careful about drinking draft beer because, like he said, you might get a draft of Bud Light, but it might be Natural Light.
Oh, and you have to tell us what king cake is.
Okay,
Right.
but now David's going to talk about his beer, and I will go back to mine.
Well, this is an annual beer that comes out during Mardi Gras time, and it's called Mardi Gras Bock by Abita. This is coming in at 6.5% alcohol, and this is supposed to be a Bock. To me, this tastes like a honey, like a light brown or an amber honey beer. It doesn't really taste like a Bock. It does have a bunch of alcohol in it at 6.5. It's tasty. I just don't understand where they're all going with these. Let's create a can and put it out there, and then whatever we put in the can and just call it a Mardi Gras beer. It just doesn't make any sense to me. When I was growing up as a teenager and whatnot, and we go to the parades and we'd have beer, we'd always get whatever was the cheapest beer out there, probably Bush or, a Pearl or whatever we got our hands on. Dixie was cheap too, or Miller High Life. All that stuff was cheap. And we just bring that and put it in a little ice chest and go out there. Usually a styrofoam ice chest, so you get busted up. You wouldn't care about it. You just leave it there. So to me, the argument still goes back to a carnival beer or Mardi Gras beer is the cheapest beer that you can get to bring on the parade route and the most plentiful that you can get for your money because you're always going to run into a group of friends to offer a beer to. So, and I saw that it's not about creating some kind of a beer. Now, your pastry beer that you're presenting, which is made from Vietnamese pastries. I don't even know how Vietnamese pastries are inspired into a beer to become a Mardi Gras beer. Or
There's a king cake. There's a king cake. Claude,
I don't even get it. I don't get it.
Claude, there's a king cake.
So what is a king cake?
Thank you.
So it's not descended from Vietnam. What is a king cake?
It's a beer that's eaten during carnival season that's got a baby in it, which is
beer or cake. You said a beer that's eaten.
a cake. I'm sorry, a cake that's eaten during carnival season. It's got the three colors: purple, green, and gold for the three wise men who visited.
Very good. A learning moment here. Interesting.
The wise men who visited baby Jesus, and then there's a baby Jesus in the cake. And if you get the piece of cake with the baby in it, then you have to buy the next king cake. And and traditionally they would hide the baby inside the cake.
Is the baby circumcised? He was Jewish.
Yes.
Okay.
Probably.
Jesus was circumcised on the 8th day after his birth.
See, historical moments here. I work for tips.
I did not read that anywhere. That's not in the Bible, but go ahead.
Yeah, it is. I guarantee you. You could
quote it.
Mr. David, you could lose money off of that. But anyway,
all right, let me find it.
So
What gospel?
I'm thinking Luke. So anyway, a king cake is more of a like a bread. It's more of a bread more than a cake, Claude. And now
French brioche is what it is. It's French brioche.
Yeah, and people got tired of the dryness, so they started adding cinnamon to it and then filling it with like cream cheese or strawberry filling or Bavarian cream filling. You see, so now they've really customized them over the years, Claude. So
yeah, so now they become like a jelly donut.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what a fun thing.
And they sell like hotcakes, people pay exorbitant prices for them.
Really?
Sure do.
And it's only
$30
one.
for one of those things.
And it's only once a year, right?
Once a
January
season.
to March, or
Oh,
even
that long. 3 months, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's January until Mardi Gras. And Mardi Gras variates. Like last year it was February the 14th. This year it's going to be March the 4th. So it's based off of a lunar calendar, not a Gregorian calendar.
right. Easter Sunday is based on the phases of the moon. So
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Easter
Claude.
is based on the lunar calendar.
Okay.
That's interesting, isn't it?
so it changes every year. It's not a set date. It's not like December 25th.
No, that's
it's not a set
interesting.
date, exactly.
But
Exactly.
all the other Christian holidays are fixed.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean this is on the 25th of December?
I-
Claude is always busting about that one. Oh, what year is Christmas? What day is Christmas this year? It's like, oh my God.
Now,
You
king
can't help
cakes are popular in countries like king cakes are popular in places like Louisiana, the Mississippi Gulf Coast, Mobile, Alabama, southern Germany,
Really?
Spain, Portugal, Italy, areas where they celebrate in Brazil, where they celebrate.
As a carnival.
Yeah,
Interesting. We're learning a lot tonight. Thank you.
Belgium.
In our area, there's a Cajun Mardi Gras, which is different. They
Yeah.
just get drunk and they wear cone heads, run around.
Yeah,
Some
and they
people-
go catch what do they go catch? A chicken. And so
Catch
they
a
have
chicken. Yeah.
oh, I forgot about France and Belgium. Yeah, maybe
How
Luxembourg.
interesting. Well, you know, Louisiana is so culturally different from the rest of the country.
Right.
We
We don't even have
celebrate
county. We don't even have counties. We have parishes.
Parishes, yeah.
We live under the Napoleonic Code.
Yeah, it's
Right,
yeah.
not-
Had a
You're right,
code
the
of
legal
in your back
system.
pocket and argue with somebody about it.
Right.
Oh,
Not common law. Not common law, but Napoleonic code.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to describe this beer now.
I have a lot of friends who went to Tulane Law School.
It smells cinnamony.
But in the same class with Morris Bart or Jerry Springer.
It smells cinnamony. You get the cream cheese on the nose. You get the bread. I don't know about the citrus. Okay, taste. Cheers. It's a very interesting beer. For a beer to taste like a cream cheese filled cinnamon king cake is amazing. The body's medium. The finish is dry. I'd say sweetness is probably 3.5 out of 5 sugar cubes. So it's not overly sweetened, which a proper king cake should not be, but they usually are now. The bitterness is probably 2 out of 5 hop cones. Yeah, unfortunately, there's discrepancies from the website to the can, but I got to go with what the can's information is giving me. I bought this at Mathern's, and it was a little bit expensive, but I wouldn't buy it all the time anyway. So,
Did you get a 4-pack or a 6-pack? Ooh, yeah, you get ripped off.
So
Probably
does it
12
taste like a Cinnabon?
Yeah, it's basically going to be full of cinnamon and tastes
something like that. Yeah, something like that, Claude.
Yeah,
It sounds good.
I will have to say it's the most authentic beer that would probably taste like a stuffed cream king cake. But I just, I like king cake and I like beer. I just don't know if I like king cake and beer mixed.
If y'all want to know what we're drinking, I have it scrolling below.
Right.
Okay, that's why I put that there.
I was looking everywhere for the Abita makes a porter or something, Mardi Gras porter. Oh, there it is. Yeah, a Bock. Yeah,
Rock.
Abita Mardi Gras Bock.
yeah. I could not find that up here.
If anybody ever wants to try an Abita beer, just to let you know, there's a locator tool on their website,
Yeah.
and it will pinpoint who has it. Okay, now your description of the Mardi Gras Bock.
Tonight we're looking at Mardi Gras Bock by Abita Brewery Company. 6.5% alcohol. It says this is a Bock. I can only go by the words on the can. Okay. Does this taste like a Bock? It tastes like a sweet beer to me. It's a pleasant beer. There's a slight Bock flavor to it. There's a honey note to it, which is unusual. And it's good. It's a good combination of a beer. Would I consider a Bock to be a Mardi Gras inspired beer? No. This is just one of those beers where they dress it up, put a logo on it. You get beads. They got the Mardi Gras colors of gold, purple, and green. Because they want to sell beer. That's what this is all about. Again, I just want to stress this. You don't need to have something that's got some kind of label on it to go and enjoy a beer at Mardi Gras. And a lot of folks don't. Honestly, the most consumed beer I see on a parade route is Michelob Ultra. And I don't know why, other than the fact that people just want to stand there and say, I drank 20 Michelob Ultras and look, I'm still standing. Well, I guess
I did a taste challenge. I did a taste challenge recently between Michelob Ultra and Natural Light. So people are gonna like that video when it comes out.
Not much difference between the two.
Blind taste test also.
Not much difference between the two. And so with you being a professional taster.
Ooh, that looks so good. God.
That looks like diabetes.
Is that like, what's the grain they use? Is it cornbread or what is that?
Sugar. That's sugar.
What?
It's wheat. Wheat. Wheat.
Oh, okay. It looks like cornbread almost.
It's like cake dough.
That is so cool.
I want to say cake dough.
I wonder if I can order one on Amazon. I'm going to check tonight.
You can order it, but you better do it now because here's what they're really supposed to look like, Claude.
Ooh, that looks. I don't think that's a low-calorie cake either.
Again, like I said, diabetes.
Yeah, you better. You can't eat too much of it because it
It's not designed for one person to eat. It's designed for a party of people to have
each take a slice.
Like this, and you just taste it. That's the whole premise of a king cake. Is that you're supposed to have king cake parties once a week from the start of king cake season up until Mardi Gras. And the tradition is whoever gets the baby, or when I was a kid, they stuffed it upside the cake. Now people are like, oh no, choking down, can't do that, blah, blah, blah. All these.
I was thinking of that, Dave. I was thinking of that. The little baby you showed. Seriously, do people choke?
Well, that's why they don't put it inside the cake anymore because they're worried.
There he is.
Well, unreasonable, Claude. There's we got reasonable people.
I know.
Unreasonable people.
I know. Let's not have fun anymore.
Unreasonable folk out there get to express their feelings and their points more than reasonable folk.
Everything.
When I was a little kid,
everything in moderation.
When I was a kid, I used to love when you would try to find who would get the piece with the baby in it.
You take the ice. You one of those kids who took the ice pack and went.
No, I would just wonder who had the baby. Now my score for this beer is going to be good because I think this beer is great, but I wouldn't want to drink it more than once a week.
Why would you want to drink it once a week?
I wouldn't want to drink it more than that. I got one can left. I have to figure out what to do with it.
I have the same problem. I only have one can left.
Yeah, I know, since it's not a real beer.
Look at that label.
That is a laid out beer with Claude brought in with a label on it. Hence logo.
Logo mania.
I'll tell you what. You know what? I would buy this. I would buy this again.
Yeah, I'm sure most people do because most people can get Miller High Life. They just can't get a customized label on it. Carnival Cake, I gave it a 9.3 out of 10. Most excellent.
Mardi Gras Bock, Abita, 6.5. Tastes good. Got a pretty good alcohol content to it. Sweet. It's one of their better made beers. A little less Bocky tasting than it should be. I'm going to give this an 88, B plus. It's one of those beers that's designed for folks to drink and slug and all that, but I don't know. At 6.5, you might get yourself in trouble.
Yeah, it definitely would.
Yeah.
I think it's a little high to bring out on a parade route. You know, people in parade routes should be drinking the least alcohol content in a beer. And also, you got to make sure you next to a Porta John and you paid somebody $10, whatever, to use it all parade. If not, you're going to be standing there with your legs crossed and your bladder about ready to blow up. That's the big thing. At parades, you got to have some place to pee, and you better make sure you pay somebody.
I got my secret spot.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
If I tell you, it wouldn't be a secret. Okay.
To pee? You got a secret spot to pee? Oh,
Yep.
thought you went to Porta John.
And I've been using this spot for going on 20 years.
Oh, you just bring a milk jug with you.
I don't know. It's a real restroom.
Dave, is there a special food for Mardi Gras that's only unique once a year or something? Or just the cake?
People eat crawfish. They'll have crawfish boils.
Ooh.
So this is usually crawfish season. Starts around now.
Yeah, crawfish boils.
It escalates during Lent. Of course, the prices do this during Lent because the Catholic Church says that you cannot eat meat on Fridays. You have to abstain from meat. But in New Orleans, you can go out and get a seafood platter because seafood is not considered to be meat. I think that's fudging.
Well, like the Archbishop said, in Louisiana, eating seafood is not exactly a penance. It's not too much of a trouble.
Penance. I was going out to get a greater dish, like a seafood platter, penance away from eating meat.
I don't know, but it does bother me. But I'll be honest, it does bother me. I like to eat meat.
Stuffed crab, soft shell crab, all that, and a big plate of fries and a whole lot of. You'd be looking like Santa Claus.
Oh,
I know. All right, now we're going to do show and tell. And
well, you couldn't even run it off.
Hey, look, we're not going to be able to do any Fandango Fridays for about a month or two because I got to do the fish fries on Friday. And if I'm not doing fish fry, I'm going to be at the game. So we'll have to do Fandango Friday when Easter comes around.
The show's crashing.
We got to wait till Easter. I'm sorry. I got to help them.
Oh man.
I got to help him. I got to go help him at the fish fry. All right. Anyway, here's the show and tell. Here's another Carnival beer, Claude. It's called.
Who makes that? Mardi Gras Pilsner. I can't see it. It's too bright.
Wait, it's a Pilsner? Wait.
Something South. Or Urban something.
Yeah, you got it right. Urban South. You got it right. Urban South in New Orleans. This is one they came out with for this year. It's called Mardi Gras Pilsner. Mardi Gras Pils. Nice little product, Claude. You probably like it.
Oh, yeah.
And here's another one I bought today. That's from Shreveport, Louisiana. Apparently, they have a little parade up there.
Oh, look at that. What a great label. Pieland?
Crew of Pieland.
Love the labels. Funny.
And Crew of Pieland is 8.5% alcohol.
P-Land.
And look what it says, Claude. It says, I just found this today. It was expensive, but it says a stout made with chocolate, vanilla, marshmallow, and milk sugar is from the 7 Tap Brewing Project in Shreveport, Louisiana. 8.5% alcohol, A moon pie stout. How you like that? A moon pie stout.
That's definitely a dessert
Can I
beer.
see the name of it? Can I see the name of it? Yeah,
Home of Pieland.
Peatland. Peatland.
No, the
Peeland.
crew of the crew of Pieland.
Is E. Peatland.
The crew of Pieland. Get it? Moon pies.
Do you think it's better? Do you think? Don't you? Which label is better though?
Yours.
Yours, of course.
Look at that! Look at that! Isn't that was done by a computer spontaneously? Isn't that amazing?
But I'll tell you one thing: if that computer tells you to go outside on a spacewalk to check the antenna, I wouldn't do it.
It's it's funny. I was kind of I was very cautious about a lot of AI and stuff, and I know of 3 applications that I'm using in my business right now that are saving me tremendous amounts of time and overhead utilizing AI. You can see how they suck in, you know.
Yeah. Then you're under their control.
What did Michael Corleone say in Godfather 3? Just as I got out, they pulled me back in. You know,
Right.
And that's what
a horrible movie, by the way. But
it was horrible, but it had moments.
They should have never made Godfather 3.
Oh, Godfather!
That thing was so campy. That thing was more campy than Batman TV series. You know.
I think I'll tell you what. Godfather 2 was this always starts an argument, but Godfather 2 was the best Godfather.
Probably.
Can you imagine the sequel was better than the original? How do you do that?
You don't do it too many times. Jaws 2. Let's think
No.
about the bad sequels. Rocky 2, Jaws 2.
The Rocky 1, the original, Sylvester Stallone he really had a dog called Butkus. He really had 2 nickels in his pocket to rub together. And the studios wanted his script. And he said, I will not sell it to you unless I can act in it. I mean, the guy had chutzpah.
Was this after his porno days?
I don't know about that part. I really don't know anything about that. But
he wasn't he involved in that movie? No, I'm thinking of somebody else. Never
Rambo.
mind. No, I was thinking of the Lords of Flatbush.
Oh yeah, with Henry Winkler, the Fonz.
The Lords of Flatbush. Yeah,
Flatbush had a Henry Winkler, Sylvester Stallone, and somebody else who made it. All of them made it in that movie.
That was a made-for-television movie in 1974.
Yeah.
I remember watching that on CBS when it first came out.
Great. I love old movies.
Yeah. Anyway, Claude, any show and tell, or David, any show and tell?
Well, last Friday I brought out my bottle, my can, the drink I always wanted, good old Smoky with all those cherries, and somehow I don't know if it's evaporation or not, but it seems to be going down very slowly.
Are you friends with Jean-Pierre's brother? Because
so I'm thinking,
it's not long.
Are we going to have a Fandango Friday?
No.
I just said I can't do it until Easter.
Oh, okay.
But Thunder and Thursday, we might be able to fit in a few Thunder and Thursdays.
Okay,
but,
I might buy one of the same thing with peaches tomorrow.
Oh, that should be nice. Yeah, that should be very nice.
This is very strong. This is the most unique drink ever. And how do you say? Look at this thing. I mean, it's just a bowl full of cherry. If life is a bowl full of cherries, right? I mean,
yeah, it's like Irma Bombeck could have written that.
Yeah, what did she write? The grass always grows greener over the septic tank.
The grass is always greener over the septic tank.
The thing I've always heard about moonshine, and if this truly is moonshine, corn liquor, it's 100. What's the alcohol on this?
100 proof.
Yeah, 100%. I'll tell you what, I'm amazed. I've had drinks that had high alcohol like this, but they weren't as smooth as this. So,
Mellow corn is 100%, Claude, and it's extremely smooth.
I'm amazed how
Just pick a bottle up and try it.
it's got the burn, it's got the flavor, but it doesn't have the harshness to
Right.
it.
Yeah, that's because it's not barrel aged.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try the. They also have pickle. I don't have the guts to buy the pickles thing. I don't. It's kind of the thing. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to not like it, and then I'm going to give it away or throw it away. But I will get the peaches.
That's going to be good.
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with this stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh,
She wrote a book.
Mr.
She wrote a book called "If Life Is a Bowl of Cherries, Why Am I Always in the Pits?"
Yeah,
what am I doing in the pits? Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Modaman Reviews says these cherries go great in a Manhattan. You are so right, sir. This is these are the perfect cherries for a Manhattan, which is one of my favorite pre-dinner. You go out to a nice steakhouse or someplace nice. You want a real drink before dinner, and a Manhattan is wonderful, and these would just make it wonderful.
I'd like to try one day.
Claude, just put one in an envelope and send it to him.
Yeah, you want me to? I will. I'll send you book. I sent you books already. I can send cherries.
No, I can get a Manhattan. I can do that myself. I don't need that.
I sent Bunny. What did I send you? Bunny with a chainsaw, right?
Yeah.
I loved by the way, I love the reviews you guys did recently. The Adam Smith reviews.
Sam Adams?
Sam Adams, excuse me. Right. Sam Adams, thank you. That was a great review.
Which one?
The Pilsner.
You just did one recently.
We did the Pilsner and we did the
brown ale.
The brown OVP, oaked vanilla porter.
Oh, yeah. Did you ever read the story about how Sam Adams got started? It's a great American business story.
Yeah,
they just were making beer and selling to the locals, and they loved it.
Yeah, but he found the recipe from his grandfather in the attic. I don't know if it's marketing or romantic.
I think a lot of that is he wasn't he was a Harvard MBA. He wasn't exactly working himself up from the gutter. So a lot of people say he used that Harvard MBA skill to market his thing.
I love a good story, though. I'm going in the attic and I'm digging through the old stuff, and I found my great-grandfather's recipe for making beer.
Right. It's a quaint story. It's a quaint story. It may not be real, but it's quaint. Okay, what do you have to show?
Thank you. You only have a big head for about 10 minutes. All
right.
Claude was sorry, that's my bad.
Do I have the show? Do I have the floor? Thank you, sir. Okay. I'm going to look at a couple of things. I did pick up the Supernova from Parish Brewing Company. This is coming in at 8.5%. This is a super hopped out, dry hop, I guess. Wet hop, I guess. IPA. This is one of the better ones in this turnaround style that they have for these beers. I enjoyed this one. I thought it was really, really good. Again, it's 8.5% alcohol, and this one's got a really, really good date on it. Next one I'd like to present is Death on Two Legs. This is from a brewery in Pittsburgh, Mississippi.
What a great name.
Double India Pale IPA. Yeah, and you can see Death Stole Dorothy's Slippers. This one's coming in at 9.5% alcohol. I don't remember if this was a cloudy or not. Supernova is a cloudy. I believe this was kind of like a opaque cross between the two. The third one I have to show is the Oyster Porter. Oyster Porter from Chandelier. This is coming at 4.9% alcohol per volume, and it is a disclaimer on it that it does contain shellfish.
Huh.
Why would you want a beer with shellfish in it?
Claude, the best one I ever had was this one. Bad Mother Shucker. From
Oyster
Abita.
Stout from Abita, yeah.
Yeah, this one's 8% alcohol. I have been sitting on this for about 10 years.
What does that have? Clam juice in it? What is it?
No, oysters.
Oyster. No clams. So I'm also going on hiatus during Lent. I will not be around unless we are doing anything that allows non-alcoholic beverages.
We could do soda night.
Oh, we can do Sundays outside of Stout Sunday and Wild Card Wednesday, but that's about it.
I respect that.
Unless the channel creator decides to tweak rules, they will still be along the lines of non-alcoholic. I know. I have a feeling that it kind of went over kind of well-ish a little bit last year when I did go from non-alcoholic beer to non-alcoholic beer to non-alcoholic beer. I believe I did present about 9 of them last time. So I don't want to be a big rerun, but it's kind of be around that. Maybe.
And you lost like 20 pounds. Like you got real thin.
It's amazing if you don't drink beer how thin you get.
It's true.
Yeah, we're planning to do porter and stout porter Sunday, this Sunday coming up, March 2nd. Any porter or stout porter, I'm probably going to bring the Dark Truth because I did buy a 6-pack. So,
the one I did last Sunday. Okay.
Yeah.
Where's Jean Pierre? I'm looking at milk.
He's kind of out of the picture these days. But he probably couldn't have gotten a Mardi Gras beer anyway in Georgia. So.
He has a video out there with explanation as to what's going on with himself. So he's getting in touch with his inner self in some kind of way. He needs to feel himself. Let himself feel.
I gotta find that video.
Yeah, it's out there. I didn't watch it, but I saw it. So, all right. Well, thanks, folks, for watching. And
you're like they're trying to hear what he's having to say. He's like walking around in the wind. It's like, and it's like, what is this? It's like you should just find a quiet space. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Claude, thanks for joining us with a good attempt.
Thank you with my fall beer here.
I like it.
It looks a little like you guys, doesn't it?
No, I don't think my beard up was ever that thick.
Which one are you claiming, Jay?
He said the guy with the hat.
Huh?
He said the one with the hat.
That's you? Well, you do have a tendency to wear hats.
This is how a computer sees you guys. You know.
Yeah, computers get confused. Well, have a good night, everybody, and see y'all soon, and hopefully on Stout Sunday morning at 10:30 Eastern Time.
See you tomorrow, right?
I cannot do it tomorrow.
Oh, I thought you said it was a Thursday.
Yeah, you said Thunder and Thursday.
Oh, yeah, but I said I'd have to do it at 5:30 Eastern instead of 6:30 Eastern. I'd have to do it at 5:30, and nobody responded in a positive. They were like, nah. So I just was going to cancel it.
You expected me to respond? Are you serious? You just didn't put it out there?
The only person who responded was Elbow88, and he said he could not do it. No one else said anything, so I just figured it was a dead issue. But if y'all want to do Thunder and Thursday tomorrow at 5:30 Eastern, I can bring the product.
I'll be there. If Claude's there, I'll be there. So there you go.
Okay. All right. Well, okay, then we'll do it. I'll put an alert.
John Pierre and tell him to get back to the real world.
Yeah, I'll put an alert. I'll put an alert on the chat groups, and I'll see y'all then. And then I'll have to go to a Knights of Columbus meeting. All right. We all take care now.
So that's going to be.
Thank you, guys. Always fun.
That's going to be 5:30 Central Time, correct?
No,
4:30 Central.
4:30 Central Time. That's
did you move, Dave?
Did I move? No, I just my brain kind of goes all over the place with times going ding 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 ding. That's all.
Yeah, 4:30 Louisiana time, 5:30 Eastern.
Okay.
Well, that's right. You guys are central. That's right. I always forget.
Yeah, like right now